This is my life with albinism.
Now, this is my life with albinism.
And this is my life with albinism.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Life with Albinism. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Avery.
And we are back with a new special guest. We actually never had her on the show.
Yes.
And real quick, I just want to tell y'all how I met this woman. I'm on Jamaica Avenue going to work, and I see her walking by, and I'm like, I think she has albinism. I'm like, I'm going to go talk to her. So I go, and she is moving like fast.
It's New York.
I don't know where she was going that day, but it was important. She was like almost running. So I'm like running, dipping through the traffic, trying to get to her. I finally catch up to her after a few blocks, and I tap on her shoulder. I'm like, yo, you got albinism? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you need to be on my podcast. And that was 5 years ago.
Seriously?
It took us 5 years to get her on this show. She is here now. She's ready to go. You know, so
there you go.
All right. So I want you to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, and tell them your social medias where they can follow.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name's Kiana. I won't give you my last name. That's a little bit too much. But
You don't even know that.
But my socials are Kiana_Cloud16. It's Kiana with a K, not a Q, so KEANNA_CLOUD16. The number is 16, not the word 16.
There you go.
All right. So I had a really good topic in mind for you. I've been watching you on social media, and I've seen that you've been traveling a lot. And that's one thing that I really wanted to talk about and discuss. So first, let's go around the room and just say some of the places you've been to internationally. So you know, this is going to be the passport flex section right here.
There we go.
So
There we go.
So tell the people name all the places you've traveled.
So you say international, so
Right.
outside of America. Okay, so there's Barbados, there's Grenada, there's St. Lucia, there's Antigua. Let me see. There was also USVI. I've done Mexico. I've done Thailand, Dubai, a little bit of Italy. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to does Puerto Rico count because it's U.S. territory now?
Whatever.
Oh, well, continue.
You're right.
We'll accept it. Okay.
And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
One? Just one? That's it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting one. Dominica. I've also been to Dominica. Dominica, no, it's a Caribbean island named Dominica. So
not the one that has Dominican Republic.
No.
Where's that next to? Is that like in the Virgin Islands type of?
No, it's like I'll say it's more like in the Caribbean Sea, so kind of like by the others. I'll say it's kind of like close to St. Lucia.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Avery? What are some places you've traveled?
Where we were? Cali, Florida. I mean, that's not really. Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands. I don't remember the exact islands that we hit.
It was the British Virgin Islands, Tortola, and St. Thomas.
Yes. Ooh, where's Tortola?
Yeah. All in the same circle.
Yeah.
It was like all in the Caribbean.
Yep.
So for me, same thing with Avery. We actually did that trip together. We went to Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, Tortola, and St. Thomas.
Dope-ass cruise.
I've also been to Thailand. I've also been to India. I've also been to Brazil. I've also been to London. I've also been to England. I've also been to Egypt.
So you showing off? Like, I don't even like.
Yes, yeah. I actually walked inside the pyramids. Like I got a chance to walk inside them and go through them and everything.
Nice.
Touch the walls and all of that. So
I don't know why, but a part of me felt like you were almost going to say Japan.
No. I want to go there. So the places I want to go to next, I want to go to Japan and China to be my next big trip. What about you? What do you want your next big trip to be?
I would love to go to Japan. I've been trying to go to Japan since I was like 12, 13. Because around middle school, I taught myself some Japanese. Not even for like the sake of anime, but just because I wanted to.
You should have just said that.
Yeah, and I could.
Fluent now? Almost.
What can you say in Japan?
I could probably, for now, I could probably just say like, hi, my name, and like, what's up. But I kind of dropped that when I was in high school.
And just quick question, and we'll get right into the topic after this. But how did you do all of these travels? Are your parents in the military or something?
No, so well, like the Caribbean islands was just like very easy, like from Barbados and Saint Lucia, of course, because my family's from Barbados, but then we also have family in Saint Lucia. So then it's like most of the Caribbean islands, it was for like a cruise, like Antigua, Grenada, Puerto Rico. That was all a part like of the same cruise. But we also do have family in some of those places. We have family in Jamaica, Trinidad, the UK, Africa, Saint Lucia.
Now, what about those far out places you've been to, like the Dubai's,
but
Thailand,
the Dubai and Thailand and Italy, honestly, for those, it's because both my parents share the same birthday on the exact same date. They're a year apart. Dope. So their thing is that every year for their birthday, they try to just like go out together.
And they take you.
Yeah, and they just pick a place. So this
That's
time,
your word, right? Like, I wish my mom. I grew up when my mom taking me out the country.
So it's like with Dubai, we were actually supposed to go together, but then I had like this was before the pandemic.
Right.
But then like I had finals at the time, so I couldn't go. So I was like, so then this time they're like, okay, we're gonna go, and you're going this time. And Thailand, honestly, that was just thrown in the mix because my dad was just supposed to bring a plan, and then he just came out of nowhere and said, okay, we're going to Thailand. And that was that. He just went.
Okay, so let's jump right into the topic. So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel when you go to these other countries? How do you feel like they view you in your albinism? And what I mean by that is this, and this is something that happened to me, and I'll never forget it. So my first international trip, I went to India. And I remember as soon as I got out the taxi that took me to my hotel, and I got inside the hotel, I'm coming in with my luggage, getting ready to, get the bellhop to go to my room or whatever. And I remember I walked in, and the guy looked at me with, like, surprise, and he was like, and he said it exactly like this. He was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm pretty sure that albinism played a big part in him being so confused about what my ethnicity was, where I was from, what country I came from.
We was about to eat you.
So did you get that feeling too when you go to these countries, like that they're even more confused as to what you are and what your ethnicity is and where you're from because of the albinism?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I always make this joke to like my parents anytime we travel, is that I'm a celebrity. And everybody else is just like, the paparazzi, like the family. Because especially when I like really feel like, especially if it's like us walking down, a lot of people definitely have questions. Because like my dad, he's kind of dark. And then my mom is like brown skin. So then they see that me and my mom have the same face. But then they're like, wait, you guys are way shades different. So what's happening here? Like, are you all taking care of her? Is this like a maid service? Like, what's going on?
Wow. So you feel like they're even... Oh, go ahead, Avery.
I think you said one time when I first met you that you modeled a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you speak about that?
Okay, so...
When did you start modeling and how do you like it now?
Honestly, modeling for me was because, like, when I was younger, my mom always took pictures of me and everything. Even some of the, like, kid pictures I have was, like, backgrounds because she took me to, like, Sears and Macy's, with the backdrops and the costumes. But, like, she always kind of, like, took me to, like, auditions for, like, commercials and everything. But the only reason as to why she didn't fully indulge in it was because she was always, like, afraid of what was going on, in the industry and everything. She was like scared of that. Like one time, if I was to get an opportunity and then for some reason they'd find a reason that she couldn't be there, that something was happening. So to avoid it, she wanted to wait until I was older enough to make sure that it was something that I actually wanted and not just like, one of those kid phases like, yeah, I like it. And then a couple years later, I want to do something else.
Yeah.
So when I got older, like more into college, I started having like more and more people like, oh, you should model. Like even my parents, like friends, they'd be like, you guys should have her model. Should be a model. And some people like they connected with me, and I took pictures with them. But at the time, I wasn't really fully confident in myself, even though I was hearing like all the adults and like the older people around me saying I should model. I wasn't feeling comfortable because in my head it's like, you guys are adults, so you kind of have to be nice to me. And at the time, the people that were my age weren't so nice to me. So it was like, you would only feel the vibes from those around you. So it's like...
So you're kind of... So it sounds like you're kind of like used to having a lot of attention on you because of your album. albinism.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like it's even more attention on you when you're in a foreign place?
Honestly,
Or you don't really notice. You just.
I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like I've just
Yeah.
gotten so used to it
That's so
everywhere
used to it.
now.
Okay.
I barely notice unless they
Yeah.
like come up to me, because like in Thailand, nobody was really like looking at me like that except like when I spoke to them. Yeah, it's like I probably had only one person that probably came up and like compared our skin tones, but
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, put their arm on yours?
Like, hold on, let me see
Wow.
something.
but like me and her were already having a conversation, so I can't technically say it was like a random that just.
Okay, you was actually talking.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
they
I'll
just walked up
definitely-
on you.
Yeah, like I honestly feel like outside, sure, you probably may get a couple because they're just not used to seeing other people that don't really look like them.
Yeah.
So like what was like said before, it's like it's kind of out of admirance, not really out of like disgust or anything.
Right.
Versus here, where it's like I realize it's like no matter where I go, even when like I'm with other people, I see how they stare at me and then stare at the person,
Yeah.
and then the looks that they kind of give. So then it's like you never really know. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like she's so pretty, or oh, what's that, or
Mm.
what's going on with you? Like,
So now, Avery, what about you? When you went to these Caribbean islands that you traveled to, did you feel like more eyes were on you? Did you feel even more
You know what's
different?
crazy? I really don't pay attention anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm just so used to like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they stare, I'll peep it, but like you know what I mean? It's not like it's a quick glimpse at them. You know what I mean? So it's just normal. I'm just used to it.
I do
all
want
around.
to say one thing though.
What's
In
that?
St. Lucia, right? Because of course that's one of the places I am often.
Mhm.
They do know about albinism, but in their accent they say it different. They say albinos.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are actually aware. So it's like when people do see them, it's like they don't really give like a stamp, like oh, like they'll usually tell you too. It's like oh, you look so beautiful, or like the gem of our island, and like
Yeah.
sweet stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even like when I was a kid, I'd have other kids like, no, you can't be in the sun too long, or did you put
Yeah.
on your sunscreen?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing about
Growing
when
up,
we travel, like, and especially with me and Avery, because we went to Cali, we went to Miami,
it's hot.
and when we travel, we have to bring sunscreen.
Yeah, that's mandatory.
Because it's always so hot in these
Yeah.
islands and these different places that we be going to.
Yeah.
Like I can honestly say Thailand was one of the hottest places I've ever been to in my life.
What's the highest they got out there? The hottest.
Like the normal day was like 98. Every day, all day, that was the norm. It wasn't, and then sometimes it was super humid if it was raining. So now another thing I wanted to ask you guys, right?
Mhm.
Do y'all know what country or what place has the most people with albinism?
No.
It's actually Panama. Panama has the highest population of albinism.
And that's our
They
next
said
trip.
that there's like a particular island in Panama where I think it was like 1 in every 20 people have albinism.
That's where we
It's like
going.
it's like, so would you guys want to travel to a place like that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I definitely would, because like I said, to be honest, I never really, got to sit down and talk to other albinos
Yeah.
besides you guys. I've
Wow,
just
besides us.
been, yeah, like I've always been used to just being the only one, or the one that people pull aside and be like, hey, I know someone that looks like you, or hey, I know another
So-
friend with albinism.
So growing up, you never see no one else like with albinism?
No,
Never. So
I
we're
always
literally
thought
the
it was
first
only
you
one.
like
Because I'll be honest,
encountered.
because growing up, I never really noticed the difference between me and my family, like the skin difference. Like,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was just okay. And it wasn't until I started going to like public school in Brooklyn, that's
Yeah.
when people started pointing it out, and then
Yeah.
that's when it started making me question and be like, damn, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So, now another thing I wanted to ask you guys, right? So, of course, you guys, because we hear this all the time about like the killings in Tanzania and places like that of people with albinism. So, does that make you guys afraid to travel somewhere like that? Like, would
Honest.
and I want to try to both. I want to ask both of y'all. I guess we'll go around.
Allergic
We'll go,
to death. Like, why would I not be? Like,
Yeah. So let's go around. We'll start with Avery, and then we'll go around and have everybody answer. So, Avery, starting with you, would you travel to Tanzania? Why or why?
I would. I would love to visit every foreign country and place, you know what I'm saying, it's beautiful, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just gonna stay out of except for Africa, because I hear in Africa.
Well, so Tanzania, where the people where they do witchcraft, and it's in Africa.
Yeah, that's where they eat albinos and stuff. Yeah, so no,
well, I don't know if they eat them, but
that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So I had watched the documentary on that. So they. I mean, so they use it for like they cut stuff for like voodoo and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that becomes my question. So would you travel there? Let's say if an albinism company contacted you and said, "Hey, we just want you to come out here and speak about albinism and help advocate for us."
Do I have top flight security once I get off the plane? Like,
feels like a
like for real. Like I don't like it. I'm gonna be paranoid the whole time. I'm not gonna be able to enjoy myself. Yo, you standing too close. Like, you know what I mean? So,
what about you, Kiana? Would you travel to Tanzania? Why or why not?
I am not going to lie to you. I definitely did see the documentaries when I was.
You seen
a kid.
it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's like I've heard stories. And it's like just like you said, I would love to travel everywhere in the world, but I can't really sit here and lie and say I would feel confident and comfortable going there because it really only takes one time.
Right.
People could feel like you'll go there and it won't happen to you, and then boom, it happens to you.
Because we already get attention, so we don't know if it's good attention or bad attention,
or if it'll be amplified.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Now they
true.
looking at us like, okay, like when we over here at like today. They look at us like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, what nationality are they? Over there, they probably looking like, I would sure like to put that in my gumbo.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
not only that, but it's like I feel like anywhere I go, I'm already a precautious person, and I kind of like to look at things. So to me, it would be like offered. The question I'd ask is, what if I get off the airport and somebody in the airport knows someone, and then they break my phone?
I just seen it albino.
Yeah, I
can go catch her.
Taxi, and you know what I'm saying. He not taking me to the hotel. He taking me to his people's. You know what I mean? Start the gumbo. Like, nah,
right?
I can't.
That's what happened in the movie, right? He was walking home with his friend, and it took one of them to see him and say, "Hey, he's worth a lot of money. Let's hunt him down one time while he's going home with his friend." And look, they got 2 lashes through with the machete, and it took his friend to come. What happens if you're by yourself?
Right.
With a big group of them, and I'm a small girl. I'm a short girl.
Yeah. Right.
So as soon as one 300-pound person comes, it's done.
Right. Right. Yeah. So for me, my answer is literally like the exact mixture of both of y'all answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I agree with Avery where it's like if I were to go to Tanzania specifically,
that'd be a group of us.
Right. It would have to be I would not be alone.
Yeah.
And then it would have to be a very, very specific purpose. Like I wouldn't go there just to chill.
Yeah.
It would have to be like if I'm doing something advocating for people with albinism. And then, like you said, I would wonder about security, things like that.
Yeah,
so for me, it wouldn't just be a flat out, yes, I'll go.
Well, first you would have to do your homework on where you
can and can't go.
Yeah.
And that's a really important part that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Tanzania, I'm sure they're not doing the witchcraft everywhere in Tanzania.
Yeah. But
so I'm sure there's a rich part, there's a poor part. So
yeah.
You got to do your research to find out, okay, where can I go safely?
Yeah.
Can I not go? What areas not? And then you got to use, common sense too. Like, I wouldn't be in Tanzania just browsing around, walking down a random alley either. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think it would be like the mixture of everything you guys said. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, am I going alone? Am I going with a group? What am I going there for? Will there be some type of security?
How long am I staying?
How long am I staying? Researching the areas and where I would go.
How many people are going to be there?
Right. How many people are going to be there? So it would have to be like that.
But again, I'm not opposed to doing, to going anywhere. But I like you said, we have just got to do your homework on places that you're going and like that. So.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And then the last statement from both of you guys, how has it been traveling internationally with albinism?
I love it.
For me, it's definitely been an eye-opener because, like I said, when I've went to these foreign countries, I've gotten even more of the curiosity from people of where I was from, what ethnicity I was. And I actually liked it, you know what I mean? In the sense that it was my chance to maybe educate them and say, oh, I have albinism, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like a lot of times when I travel out the country, they haven't seen somebody with albinism.
Well, I say you like it because you didn't get a negative encounter
That's true.
yet. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. That's
So
true.
if someone was like, "Yo, come with me, come here, let me talk
Right.
in the alley real quick,"
Right.
like, nah, no. You know what I mean?
And yeah, so lastly for you, Kiana, how is traveling for you overall?
I literally always feel like a princess. Like it always feels like so much love every time. I mean, of
I
course,
feel like you soak it all in.
Yeah,
like, you
right.
soak in all the attention that you get. Like you're just like, yes, now I'm even more unique because I'm sitting in Thailand with albinism.
yeah, of course you do run into some weirdos, but like weirdos are everywhere.
Yeah,
but
very
like
true.
regardless, of course, it's like I don't mind the questions because it's like at least it's showing me that you're trying to learn.
Right.
You have to ask questions in order for you to learn, so I'm always open. It's just, of course, don't come being disrespectful, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for taking this time to film with us.
Definitely.
I know it took a long time to get you on the show. Hopefully, we have you back on the show.
We will. No question.
So, thank
Thank you for joining us.
Another amazing episode of Life with Albinism.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you guys subscribe, share this channel to anybody you know with albinism, anyone you know who has loved
Curious
ones.
on it.
Right? Curious on it, or if you even have a loved one with albinism, share this video with them. You guys can check out all of our new merch, all of our new episodes on lifewithalbinism.com. Follow us on social media, and thank you guys.
And even if you already subscribed, make another YouTube account and subscribe again.
Right.
And actually,
There you go.
We need the likes. You know what I'm saying? We need to get those likes up. So you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Like that's definitely a big
Put it
help
on
to our
your
channel,
laptop,
so.
your phone, all the
See?
devices at the same time. Get the
Listen
views
to
up.
her. She's taking you places. You know what I'm saying? So.